The anti-freedom and anti-democratic European Union are at it again, ladies and gentlemen. On the issue of free speech, oh yes, free speech doesn't exist in Europe, especially in the UK, despite Brexit, but that's a whole different problem. This is about those who are critical of the European Union and their policy of open borders and free movement and pro-migration. Now, we've known for some time now that the European Union don't like accountability, they do not like democracy, they do not like freedom and individual liberty. It's not really a surprise, but they have taken it to a whole new level. Now, the last few days they've been talking about criminalizing speech that is against migration. If you criticize migration, you will be arrested. Now that is in the works now, and we've heard all this rhetoric for some time now, some of the videos from before. You might have already seen this video, but let's just quickly go a few seconds explaining what's going on.
And one basic element of this new agreement is the extension of the definition of hate speech. The agreement wants to criminalize migration speech. Criticism of migration will become a criminal offense, and media outlets, and that also concerns you, that give room to criticism of migration can be shut down. The compact for migration is legalization of mass migration.
Wow. Okay, so the problem they have is not just about individuals talking about any sort of anti-immigration rhetoric, but also media outlets. Whether it's the mainstream media or the new media outlets like Tousi TV. Now, obviously, Tousi TV is based in the United Kingdom and we are no longer a member of the European Union, so I will be free. But Tousi TV in the future could be shut down in the Netherlands, in France, in Germany, in Denmark or Sweden. They could do it. Right now, they don't have the mechanism, but they are trying their best because the EU have been talking about policing the internet, just like how Ofcom in the UK are trying to find a way to monitor Tousi TV online. But the European Union are also doing it. Let's not forget about the fact that the reason this is happening is because the EU as a project, which is, by the way, is in a very funny way, it's been missold, even to this date, to some people in Europe, as a beacon of hope and freedom and democracy. They go to Ukraine, they go to all these countries saying, yes, EU is so lovely, everything is perfect, you should join us because we believe in liberal democracy. Yeah, right, okay, sure, yeah, we're stupid apparently. Despite all that, the whole point of this is because the EU, as a project, the European project overall, since the 60s, 50s and 60s, it was initially started by a bunch of communists and some of the National Socialists in Germany who were ashamed of their past, so they decided to do a bit of cleansing and they said, okay, we're going to be democratic now. Let's do some trade on steel, for example, and all the other products. And then they said, let's create a common market. It's just about trade. Everything's perfect. And then they decided to create a court. They decided to create a parliament, which is a fake plastic parliament. They created their own executive branch, which you cannot even elect or fire the people in charge of the continents of Europe. This is why Europe is going down. We have multiculturalism as a problem. Mass migration is happening. You can no longer criticize it because you will go to jail. We will continue to talk about it regardless of any threats from the EU or Ofcom or the British government in general.